My study abroad experience in El Salvador was phenomenal. The views were magnificent, the people were amazing, and everyone was so accepting there. Embracing another culture was definitely something I thought I would struggle with, and I definitely did at certain points in the trip. But I would say overall this was an amazing positive experience. The whole program was set up for us to be world learners and global citizens. Learning how to be a global citizen is an extremely beneficial factor of this program, and I will definitely utilize it in the future. From applying to enrolling to the homework that piled and piled before this trip, I was definitely dealing with a big challenge. Learning Spanish is something that I have wanted to do for years. I took a Spanish class in high school that I did not do too good in, so I was a little bit nervous getting back into it. But thankfully, Profe Esperanza is an extremely good teacher, and she found many different ways for us to learn Spanish, from different exercises to textbook readings to just practicing in the classroom. All of this conversation leading up really did give me the confidence I needed to have conversations with strangers in another country. There were many challenges to this trip, from not getting our luggage right away to having power go out. Traveling across multiple borders was a little bit stressful as well, but all in all, I'd say that I kept my head high and I was positive, and I believe that may have contributed to helping the group in some way as well. In this study abroad program, we stayed mostly in El Salvador, but we traveled to 2 other countries as well, Guatemala and Honduras. In Honduras, we saw the Ruinas de Copan, which are ancient Mayan ruins that we got a really amazing tour of. And we got to see some beautiful scarlet macaws.
Este es chimichurri para la carne, no es picante.
Antigua, Guatemala was the highlight of my trip by far. Being in the colonial town, being surrounded by active volcanoes on all sides. And to top it all off, early morning, the 3rd of March, was a full lunar eclipse, a blood moon. And a few of us stayed up the whole night. We watched the blood moon, and then I watched the sun rise. And as the sun was rising, Volcán de Agua erupted multiple times. Not only did we get to see a full blood moon lunar eclipse, we saw a volcano erupt at sunrise. I was in awe. I couldn't stop talking about it. I couldn't stop looking at the pictures and images. It's imprinted in my mind forever, and I'm truly grateful for that experience. There was a lot of walking, a lot of long bus rides, and a lot of long tours, but all of it was extremely worth it and extremely beneficial to understanding and immersing ourselves in this culture. El Salvadorans are a lot like us as United States citizens. They live their lives day to day. They go to work, they come home, they eat, they play with their kids, play video games, go to the bar, listen to music, watch movies. They're all people just like us, and it was amazing to see how similar yet unique, in a paradoxical sense, all these people were. It opened my mind and expanded my horizons in ways that I don't think I can comprehend still. Flying out of El Salvador back to our first layover was in Miami, and that first flight was just hard. I was crying a little bit. I just didn't want to leave. And that last goodbye where everyone was hugging and we did a group photo, that I couldn't help but cry. I am sad, muy triste. I've been a little depressed. It's been hard for me to reintegrate back into our society a little bit. And that's something that Profe did give us a fair warning of culture shock. I didn't experience any culture shock in El Salvador, but I have been struggling to reintegrate a bit. I just keep looking back at my photo reel and looking back at all the amazing memories that I made with my new family. The study abroad program has changed the way that I live my life. I feel more confident, and I feel like I could take on a lot more than I really give myself credit for. I am capable of traveling abroad without family, without people that I was really close with beforehand, and I'm able to make relationships that are lifelong and life-changing as well. I've made some amazing friends on this trip, and I've made some lifelong connections. My travel partners are now more than just friends. They are a part of my family. Me segunda familia, as I like to call them now. I highly recommend a study abroad program. No matter what you end up doing, whatever you're studying, look to see if there is something you could do at your school. Not a lot of community colleges offer that, and Mott is extremely lucky to have a program like this. El Salvador did change my life. Thank you so much, Profe. I really do appreciate you. And thank you so much, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras for having us. Adios y hasta luego.